assassin-y type, not exactly an assassin, of course, for Chovy, as Karma is going to be the last choice here. They're kind of lacking damage there, though, on the side of Gen.G.
They're very, very, very all in on Ruler on this Kalista to try to get enabled, or if Clid gets ahead. Otherwise, this is definitely very shaky for a draft. They do have some insurance in the later stages. Chovy has access to a lot of very good ultimates. Pyosik is on Lillia, and we'll have to see what ends up happening here. So BDD going to be on the Karma in the mid lane. And we cannot currently see any of the summoners, so we don't totally know what's going on there.
Yeah, that happened in the last game as well. Probably just a live thing. You can kind of see like the circles of the champions in the summoner windows. That's because the summoners would be, I suppose, on the other side. So either way, guys, sorry about that. We'll see that in the game. It's just, you know, Cloudflare and all the issues we were having earlier. If you missed that, well, you're here for Game 5. So you're here for the important part. That's all that does matter. So interesting compositions coming into this Game 5, LS.
Yeah, I mean, Renekton, Lillia, Sylas, Senna, Braum, and then on the flip side, Ornn, Hecarim, Karma, Kalista, and Gragas is going to be the team comp for Gen.G. So, 2-2, game number 5. This is what they finally concluded on. Now, Hecarim's going to have a lot more freedom and control in this game than he was in the previous one. Karma, even though her Q was nerfed, she's still able to do pretty much the same thing in mid lane. Just not as quickly as before, but I don't think it's that impactful. Rascal should be pretty fine on the Ornn up in top lane. And I am not sure why it...
We have the 3-minute delay from the live servers. So... So
I thought that everything that we were just looking at was pre-recorded and that they would just transition normally. No? Okay.
No. What do you mean?
All right.
That's we don't have the technology for that.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, 3 minutes, and I mean, if there was anything you wanted else to break down from the draft, now's the time. Thoughts going into the match? Who do you think have the edge coming in here? I'd be curious to hear about what you think.
I mean, I think Gen.G, their draft is much more stable and well-rounded, but obviously I think that this is a very DRX-y comp in the sense where if they do manage to get ahead, they can probably execute upon it very similarly to how they did in the previous game. And so I think that in that regard, they do have that going for them. Chovy's on another one of those champions that he can take aggressive trades, he can maintain lane prio, he can transition very smoothly, and he has access to a lot of very good ultimates this game on Sylas. So that's also going to be a bit of a thing for Gen.G to try to juggle in the later parts of the game. Ruler is going to have to pop off on this Kalista, and we'll see if he can actually manage to do it. And also, Lillia, I mean, Pyosik's on another one of those champions where it's very streamlined what he needs to do. And so that hopefully dissuades him from doing anything super creative or anything super high variance.
It helps.
It does.
It certainly helps him. He's a player that needs a little bit of streamlining to just say, I know my job, I will do it, and that is it. Don't go off the script, essentially. And it helps when you're with kind of inexperienced players that they have a little bit of anchoring, right? Someone to help them with that. And we were mentioning before, Chovy was doing that very well in game number 4, where he was able to just dominate the mid lane and provide so much room with all of that priority that he brought in. So I think a lot of eyes this time are going to be on BDD. I think everybody's going to be saying, okay, man, now's the time to step up. If you can't do it in game 5, well, I mean, it's not going to be a good look going into potentially Worlds. Remember, guys, we have to talk about Worlds here. Whoever wins this will be able to go to Worlds.
Yeah.
So this is a match for Worlds. It's one game. One game now. We've gone the whole best of 5. We've only got one left. And whoever gets it goes to Worlds. So tons on the line. Of course, Damwon are also waiting. I believe if Gen.G do win, then Damwon can also make it in because Gen.G will get ahead on points on T1. So I believe that that will help out Damwon. Not 100% sure about that, but I think that is something that I saw earlier. And so definitely it's a big match. There's a lot of teams that are watching this, and it's going to affect a lot of players here in the Korean side. So certainly a lot of pressure. And I mean, we've talked about how Gen.G are incredibly solid in their games, but we'll see if, DRX have found the cracks in the armor that they found in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so certain if they're going to be able to do that back-to-back games, because I think that much like in game number 1, when Gen.G lost in very similar fashion, they immediately came back and clapped back with 2 of the most one-sided games that we've had in 2020 LCK overall. So we'll see what happens as, okay, the game is going to get underway.
It's one game for all the marbles. If you want it to go to Worlds, now's your chance. And you were talking about how Gen.G, they're really building around Ruler here, right? There's so many beefy boys in the front. They even have a semi-supportive mid as well with the Karma, and so many ways to engage, to enable Ruler to do the carrying. I think they need to end it before we get too late in the game. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I feel like the lack of range from the Kalista can hurt in the super late stages of the game. So if we go to like a massive, 50-minute game,
I mean, Senna
IG from earlier, right? It could get pretty sticky.
Yeah, Senna. I mean, in super long games is just such a menace to try to deal with when she ends up getting more and more and more souls in the later stages. Infernal is going to be the first one coming up here for the Dragons. Ruler. 24-9 on Kalista, 72.7% win rate.
It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, it's decent.
Well,
the guy's insane on this pick. I mean, it's crazy what he's been able to do for his team. And now, as you mentioned it, it's kind of all the marbles here. They hand it over to Ruler and they say, well, sir, take us to the show.
Yeah. And we're paying a lot of attention down here in bot lane, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of action that's able to unfold until level 2. So I'm not, I mean, I think seeing how Karma and Sylas is going at level 2 would be pretty interesting, because that is going to dictate the pace of mid lane very early on. You can see Clid already going for the full side clear. Life just barely managing to skirt around the edge, and Pyosik is about to sin out of his mind. As you can see, he was looking. He was
trying.
Yeah.
He's attempting it, but maybe the rest of the team is like, get the hell back. Get out of here. Just farm your jungle. Do what a nice Lillia does. And that's what the Bambi does. She farms up really fast and gets, a couple items, Runic Echoes, Leandries, and then she begins to be a huge menace. So we're hoping that Pyosik can kind of follow that script as we were talking about before. And again, some more eyes on the mid lane. It looks like the Karma is, of course, going to have a much easier time. Here comes Clid. He's,
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do right now. I mean, he's making his way in. I guess they're going to try to go for this. Now, teleport on Chovy. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. They're just going for it right now. The decider here. They want to get the kill, and they want to give it over to Ruler. He's going to get the first blood. The teleport comes in from Chovy, and he might just be giving them another kill. No way that he's going to be able to get out of here. He's trying to trade one back. They will get life, but I don't think anyone else is going to get out of here. Chovy's going to be locked down, and that might just do it already. Level 3, they come in here, and a double kill for the Hecarim, and the 1-0 and 2 for Ruler.
And you can see that DRX, they're going to try to fight back on the top side of the map right now, but Doran messes up. Takes a turret shot. They're almost out of minions. Pyosik now taking a lot of damage.
The knock up as Pyosik is going to be able to get out of there. That huge movement speed is so crucial. And that is really what's going to set up the kill. So, well, Life is maybe looking for the
Wait.
kill. This is insane. No flash available. He's going to get
He's thick.
He is so thick. Oh, and he is so dead. Pyosik, we talked about following the script. That was not on the script. Go back home. You are dead.
And now double cloth armor actually picked up here by Rascal. This Renekton is just going to be having such a hard time. He also blue buff. Teleport comes in to lock up the turret. And the teleport response was very late. Oh, no.
Oh, he's in a rough spot. Okay, he's going to be able to get out. Looks like the tether goes down.
No.
And
I don't know
we're
why.
pushing back. We're pushing back, Ellis.
So Chovy has no teleport. He has no flash. So I'm not so certain why they're shoving that out. Now, take a look at this again. Renekton tries to teleport as well. He goes into the brush. Watch the mini-map. So that ends up getting canceled by Rascal. And so Renekton, off of the kill that he got in top lane, he's even further behind than we originally thought. After Lillia ended up being brought down by the Ornn Chovy, he knew that he wasn't long for the world. And now, Gen.G, they are in such a commanding position inside of this game. Oh, wait, what?
What is going on?
Wait, what happened?
Rascal flashes. I don't know how this actually happened. Maybe he face-checked or something, but that is really awkward for Rascal. He's already down a bunch of CS, and we'll see how Doran responds to this. He can clear these waves so quickly. There's no teleport. Thankfully, at least it's a cannon wave, but still definitely not the best look for Rascal here. He needs to be that rock for his team in the top lane.
Yeah, and you can see that Chovy in mid right now, he's up 11 CS, has Ionian Boots as his first item. And you can see BDD, he's trying to go into the Athene's Unholy Grail. And you can see Rascal, he's hugging the very top of the map right now. I'm very surprised Doran didn't try to feign Lillia's presence there, given that Rascal doesn't have any wards. They know Rascal has no wards, and they could have made him be a lot more cautious trying to come back to this lane, given that Doran was already level 6. And so I feel like that's a bit of a missed opportunity, but it seems like bluffing is not in DRX's inventory right now. Renekton's going to try to go Blade of the Ruin King as his first item here. And Hecarim is very close to level 6. He is so massive with the Merc Treads already completed, starting to have some of the Triforce components. And, okay, Raptor, not going to be completed.
Yeah. It's not, just going to leave some of those over there. And we have first Infernal Drake here starting off. So Chovy thinking about it. He's got the Karma Mantra stolen for now. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to try to steal this. As here we go. 1Q. Not quite going to do it. Thanks for the leash, says Clid. And nobody else was around. There was no priority down in the bottom side. So it's just a nice little pickup now for Gen.G, who already start off with a lead, but the Infernal Drake is going to make things even easier, especially denying it away from so much of the damage that DRX will be able to stack up.
Yeah, and I mean, Gen.G, they're just in such a good spot right now with that Infernal Dragon. They're only up about 700 gold. Mountain's coming up second, which is a very big pickup for them. Their Karma, obviously, getting probably dual resistances from the boots as well as the Athene's. Going to be super valuable against the Sylas and the Lillia, as well as Hecarim gets himself a bit of resistances. Ornn benefits quite a lot. And the okay,
Fast horsey boys getting in there, looking to bob back that Renekton. The Ornn from down, the flash and the slice. Can he do it? No, he cannot. Turns out 3v1 is going to be good enough as a big S going to be thrown up from Clid. Chovy pretty scary. Pyosik also in the wings, looking to take out the enemy jungler. The smites are going to come down. They're looking to trade it back now, as down will go the jungler of Gen.G, but can they trade it back? In comes Light, and they're going to try to get down Chovy, but Chovy, oh, he's even going to level up. That's going to help so much here. Will they actually be able to get away as the tether comes in, but they cannot get down onto Pyosik, as even Chovy's going to survive, and nothing else is going to go the way of Gen.G.
And so Chovy and Pyosik just barely manage to survive right there. That was a very close call for them. You can see Hecarim rushing right back up into top lane immediately. And a lot of this is just the byproduct of Hecarim not having his ultimate available, and he didn't have it because Rascal botched his ultimate. Watch the Ornn come out. Now, Ornn shouldn't have to be the one that goes for this. Hecarim could have just confirmed it regardless, because you can just stay on top of Renekton until he flashes away and then immediately follow with Hecarim in any direction that he goes for. So it could have gone either way. Pyosik comes in here. I'm not totally sure what Hecarim was trying to do. I think he's trying to run to BDD for the shield. Doesn't end up getting too much more value. And then you can see...
They live.
Yeah, Chovy just barely able to escape right there. Tether not landing anymore, and then you can see Rascal being very reserved at that point. So, gold score back to being totally even right now. Now, Ruler is massive down there in bottom lane. He's up 23 farm on the Kalista. Blade of the Ruin King already completed. Cull is in Deft's inventory right now. Dawning Shadow is available. And Rascal is going a bit of Build-A-Bear Workshop right now. I really hope we don't see another Frozen Fist.
You know, there's certainly a chance. So hold on to your sanity for this one last one, LS. We can make it through. And, I mean, this is, as you were mentioning, I mean, Ruler is, he is quite massive. And we're reaching a spot where he is going to be able to potentially pop off in this game. I mean, especially in the mid game, if they get some sick engages down. I mean, they've got Ornn, they've got Gragas, they've got Hecarim, they've got Fate's Call. I mean, it's just insanity what they might be able to unlock here. So DRX might be stepping on eggshells, whereas Gen.G will be looking for more. But if you take a look at the gold, at least DRX are ahead for now. Of course, the Infernal Drake is going to change things up. And there is a big wave down on the bottom side. Will we continue here? No, Keria is around, so just peace for now.
And now they have Ornn down there in the bottom lane. He ended up catching that entire wave off of the teleport. Gold advantage is DRX favored. You can see that they're starting to group up here in top lane. Pyosik might be fishing for a ball that he could end up trying to throw, but no, enhanced recall going to come in on Kalista, and she did not have a very meaningful recall. She only had tier 1 boots, and so this is actually very good for DRX because it means that her recall is somewhat stunted. Mountain Dragon's coming up in 40 seconds. This is a very big dragon for Gen.G to try to capture, and Doran has teleport advantage. So Rascal's moving up here into top lane. Not going to be able to do anything. Also, that was another cannon that BDD just ended up ignoring. He is getting pretty destroyed in the CS department. Chovy he's doing pretty good. He's doing Chovy things.
Yeah, he is just insanity what this player is able to do. And again, as I mentioned before, with Worlds on the line, everybody's kind of just going balls to the wall, right? Ruler's playing fantastically after getting that lead. Chovy is going insane in the mid lane, able to survive up in the top side at the same time. And it's just so much for these players. So it's all out. And you can see here that Gen.G, they're going to go for this Drake. It's Mountain Drake this time around. So Ocean or Cloud, what is it going to be? This also means that we're not going to get any stacking mountains. Keria, looking for the steal, but it is Ocean. Right. Ocean, okay.
Yeah, I got a call from my grandmother, and she let me know, actually. So
she knew.
She already knew. Yeah.
She knew.
She likes to keep everyone entertained. So you know, it is how it goes.
I'm surprised she gives up her secrets, you know, that easily.
Yeah.
That she just understands what's going to happen and lets everybody know so early ahead of time.
Well, it is just definitely how it goes. As woman, she did lay down the law. The prediction was there. Ruler now is going to lay down the Rift Herald and try to get himself...
Not quite as strong.
Yeah, not quite as strong.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, some plates coming out here. 320 extra gold given over to Ruler. So because Life picked that up, it means that extra gold goes towards the AD carry. So got to feel pretty good that that does come in. There's that one plate. I feel like you just walk up.
Yeah.
And
It is...
Trying to clear the wave first.
Yeah.
They should get it anyway.
They're going to be able to get it on this wave for sure. Oh, no. Okay.
There you go.
They did get it.
Jeez.
So that was the mini objective that they were trying to secure for themselves. Now, even though Chovy is doing a very good job in the Lane Kingdom department, he's up 2 entire levels here over BDD. It is not super big because he didn't get any plates. Even though that looks like a plate, I believe that that was not a plate captured. I think it was on its last leg. And so there is that little bit of upside. BDD finally does ding level 10, but Chovy is massive right now inside of this game. Remember, ornaments will come in later. This is probably going to be the Athene's Ardent Censer, picked up by Karma, and then going into the Death Cap, so it's still going to be the Karma of old. Massive CS differential here in mid lane. Ornn building yet another item, and oh, thank everything, as I do believe Abyssal Mask will be the item purchased this game.
Yeah, there you go. So congratulations. We've got one correct LS item here in this game. And we'll have to wait and see how the rest of that build does go. But certainly things looking still good. Down in the bottom side, I mean, they haven't really been putting any pressure, Deft and Keria. They're just sitting back in the lane and catching waves, and maybe just trying not to get dove. So we'll see how long that turret can survive. Clid is going to get spotted, actually, by the Scryer's Bloom. So some really crucial information before they do go for that dive is given over. That Clid is in position. You can see they were hesitating a little bit before that did come down, so certainly they had some ideas or thoughts that perhaps they wouldn't want to dive into the Hecarim.
Yeah, and I think that as everything stands right now, Gen.G are just feeling pretty good, as they're up a little bit in the gold department, but they have the two most meaningful Drakes in the early stages of the game. They are going to lose the top tier 1 turret, but it's not the end of the world. You can also see all the Merc Treads coming out on their team. That is pretty good news for Renekton, for what that's worth. I think that a little bit of Boris coming out for DRX, though. Double Black Cleaver, both on Senna and Renekton.
Uh-oh.
Is going to come out here for them, as only Ornn is really going to be the tanky one on the enemy team. Phage complete over the Kindle Gem, so he's valuing the Rage passive for Renekton here.
Yeah.
1 minute until that Ocean Drake.
Yeah, they're just going to try to lock it down. There's no Rift Heralds or anything like that yet available, but looks like I believe one is about to spawn. Okay, there it is. But there's not quite enough time to pick it up and then maybe use that for pressure to, you know, force secure an Ocean Drake or, you know, force DRX to respond to it. So will just probably be a clean, straight-up fight, you'd have to imagine, over this objective. Double TP available for Rascal and BDD. Double TP on the same side for Chovy and Doran. So they can try to manipulate some lanes before we do get into this fight. Of course, it's not the Ocean Soul yet, but if DRX do feel strong enough, and man, they've got a couple of really strong picks actually with the Sylas and the Renekton right now, and in terms of, you know, how they've done in their lane and the gold that they have picked up. So they may even consider it on this streak.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, at this point, Gen.G, they're in a really good position. They have all the vision that they could possibly want. They have Ruler crashing in the mid wave. They have vision of Doran. Should be a pretty difficult fight, but we'll see what does end up happening. Also, Chovy, only at about 35% mana, does steal away Rascal's ult. And so Rascal looking to build maybe an item prior to this team fight. They got to be really careful, though, against Chovy with that Ornn ultimate. Ruler, level 10. Hecarim, same level, I guess, as Lillia. Rascal looking to position with his teammates. This is a very bad narrow corridor against Braum. I don't know why Gen.G are positioning like this. Okay, well, Doran taking a little bit of damage. Okay, yeah. Lillia bowling ball whiffs.
They've been able to get into the river now, so seems like both sides have a pretty good position. Here comes Chovy's version. As the knockup goes in, it's not very effective, but Clid is getting low. The knockup here, Senna getting a lot of value, though, as Clid gets low, but in come the shields and the heals, and the bouncy castle in the back line might just be good enough, but Deft doing some critical damage. There's the Mantra shield. Ruler struggling to get in. Oh! The fast comes in from life, but it's not good enough. Where is the follow-up is the question, as, okay, life goes in, but you didn't get anything else, and now the Ocean Drake is going to go the way of DRX, and they are looking to try to come back in this series.
Yeah, and you can see that Ruler, he's trying to get something done. He just doesn't have the firepower yet inside of this game. He doesn't have the Runon's Hurricane, and this is one of the best timing fights that DRX could have hoped for, because that Kalista is stunted, because the Karma doesn't yet have the Ardent Sensor, and a lot of that is actually because BDD is so far behind in the CS department. Normally, Karma's 2-core item spike can come in as early as 17 minutes. This is an 18.5, 19-minute dragon capture attempt, and I mean, you see how the fight breaks out. The Ornn ultimate comes out of Chovy, gets so much value, he gets pulled back into the backline. Clid very low, and you can just see BDD is not able to do a whole lot inside of this team fight. Kalista, Ruler looking for any sort of opening that he can go, ends up whiffing on the Q. Rascal gets put to sleep. Really good really good body slam by Life, but there's just no follow-up there because the damage isn't there yet. Ardent Sensor, Runon's Hurricane, just not going to be there and available for the fight. And they're stunted in builds. Now, it's not the end of the world. Gen.G, they have the ornaments coming in. At the next team fight, Rascal will have 13, and he should also have Forge Fire Cape, should have Infernal Mask available to him. Ardent Sensor should be online. Death Dance maybe even on Hecarim possibly at the next team fight. Runon's Hurricane picked up by Kalista. She's probably going to try to go for the QSS third item or just begin moving into Death Dance, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Chovy now on the Sylas, though. He has the Zhonya's Hourglass, a little bit of utility there. Leandri's almost complete now on Lillia.
Okay, I thought they were just going to try to force that fight for a second. I was like, could hardly believe my eyes, but okay, they're just going to get in and get out, it looks like. And Chovy, he has 223 CS in 21 minutes. It's not like the insane numbers, but it's pretty damn good. Alongside of Doran, who is also doing a fantastic job with his CS. The only one who can really compare is Ruler. Here comes Chovy now. He is a menace, gonna slow down the three of them, looking for Ruler in the backline, who has to flash away. They don't have the damage to take him out, but still, they're able to get the flash and the cleanse out of Ruler, and he is their one carry. Can they even defend this turret without him? He's actually going to stay.
He's going to stay because, I mean, there's the Honey Fruit to the south that he could end up trying to get. He also does have a lot of life still. Chovy now with the Hecarim ultimate. That is something they have to respect. This is a very strong timing for DRX if a fight would end up unfolding. So all that they need to do is avoid this. Try to get to the Ardent Sensor for BDD on the Karma. Try to just stall out. Let Ornn get 13. Infernal Mask needs to be picked up. Now, Black Cleaver's going to come in for Senna. It's not going to be the end of the world. There's not a whole lot of armor on the side of Gen.G, but also there's double Black Cleaver between her and Renekton, so they're sort of helping each other out, but there's not a lot of other auto attack-based champions on the side of DRX. No one really building lethality or anything of that nature. So, Haunting Guy is picked up on Chovy, a bit of a savant, not going for any of the other weird items.
Yeah. If it's not Leandri's, it's weird. That's that's also part of the script. But no, seriously, I mean, it has been coming in more and more recently, and Sylas have been seeing its potential, especially with the slow, with the GLP. Certainly can work in tandem pretty well. And I mean, Chovy, I remember when we were talking about DRX and their road to get here to the playoffs and how they lost to T1 and they almost lost to SP. And we were saying, man, like a lot of their big names aren't really showing up. I mean, Chovy looks a little bit, you know, quiet in terms of some of his potential. Well, he's come out here in the last couple of games and he's certainly looking to turn that story around, is the case. And you talked about item timings going into this one. Ardent Sensor is complete. Will Chovy be able to finish his Leandri's is the question. We already got one on Pyosik.
Yep. And Clid is trying to get to his Warhammer. They're going to get another turret here in mid lane. It's going to bring them back to just about a 1,000 gold deficit right now. Now, the ornaments are what are so big for this team fight. For Gen.G, Rascal, I'm not sure if he's been able to bestow one. Maybe he's given Trinity Fusion over, or might have the Ruin King. Teleport coming out, Chovy once again with Ornn.
Yeah. He's going to look to throw that out here, probably to secure the timing. Yes, here it comes. The knockups, it is going to be avoided as the damage comes in. And goes to Hecarim and he gets it. He gets the steal, but the damage comes in. The Little Ding Lullaby is massive and the damage comes out from Deft. They're fighting front to back. And it looks like DRX might just be able to win this fight. Fighting as much as he possibly can as Ruler. Unbelievable what this guy is able to do. Can he actually defeat the 3 of them with the Karma in his back pocket? The flash comes in, and the answer is going to be no. BDD is just going to have to run away with his tail between his legs. DRX, they lose the dragon, but they do not lose the fight, and they will pick up the Baron.
And they're going to get the Baron even though they lose the dragon. Gen.G, they still have one out in the game, and that's going to be the Ocean Soul. It should be pretty hard to lose if they can get to it, but DRX, now with the Baron, they're going to extend their gold lead so far. The EXP that this gives, Chovy dinging 15, he's 2 levels up over BDD. Now at this point inside of the game, he is carrying them across the finish line. Ornn ultimate comes out, Braum ultimate ends up whipping. Clid with a really nice steal onto the Ocean Dragon. It's going to bring them to Soul Point. Dawning Shadow comes out, obviously. And just take a look. Life on the right-hand side gets picked up by Pyosik. And Doran, Chovy, and Pyosik trying to lead the charge. Deft picking up the kill on the right-hand side. Ruler elects to try to go north to join with BDD and get the shield. But the flash comes out of Doran. Gets the stun confirm onto the Kalista. Cleanse was not yet available, so 4,000 gold deficit. However, some of that is being offset. Ornaments are there. There's the Infernal Dragon. There's the Mountain Dragon. The game is still really, really, really close between these two. And given that they still have that mid-tier 1 turret and it's still so healthy and DRX don't have a very easy way to siege, Baron buff, it only has a minute, or just under 2 minutes now, still remaining. You can see Renekton trying to group and join with his team. What I imagine this means is that we're going to go to that Ocean Soul fight. Now, Renekton's going to pick up, most likely, Sterix, and Sylas is pretty much stunted. He might actually, Chovy might even pick up another stopwatch for that team fight so that he has double Zhonya's available. And Lillia essentially has Zhonya's now available. Has the Amplifying Tome, probably going to get Fiendish Codex with the stopwatch on her as well. Deft is trying to make his way up to the Rapid Fire Cannon, although I think that there's a pretty good argument to go Runon's Hurricane in this game on the Senna, given how much Gen.G clumps and how many melees that they actually have on their side. But Gen.G, they're trying to hang on. Now, they'll concede most likely this mid-tier 1 turret. They're not looking for any sort of a fight, even though they have vision on the Sylas. Lillia just constantly trying to fish with balls, but nothing is going to come up for her. Ornn dings level 15. That's going to be Trinity Fusion. That's going to be able to be given over to the Hecarim.
And he's looking for a play now onto Chovy. Now, he made this mistake in Game 4, but maybe it's going to work out better for him this time. 3-on-1, and there's no Keria to bail him out this time around. Chovy, I don't think this is going to work, but he's trying to get on top of the Karma. That's not going to work out, and there's nothing on the map, but Clid is going to get pretty low. Do they have the damage? They can't even kill this guy. What is going on? Finally, 5 people come in and say, please die.
And a really big shutdown.
They do get it.
Yeah.
Finally.
Very, very big shutdown on Chovy. Lots of members around for that as well. They're going to pick up the standing gold that is the top tier 1 turret off it as well. They also get Chovy's Flash for this next team fight. So let's take a look at what they do end up investing. They invest a teleport, not really worth a whole lot at this point inside of the game. Chovy doesn't have his ultimate available. Rascal sends out the pillar, but then whiffs the E, and it really looked like, I mean, okay, things were going from pretty much bad to worse here. Ornn ultimate comes out, they get the kill onto him. They also use the Kalista ultimate, not the end of the world. So all they invest is really ults, but they get Chovy's Flash, which is so big for this next fight. I'm not sure what BDD is doing. It looks like he's trying to rush into Void Staff, but he's not going to have that available for the fight. This is also meaning that he's not going to have any ornaments available, and Hecarim needs to run straight down to Ornn. He needs to get that Trinity Fusion. One of the underappreciated stats of that ornament is actually the base movement speed increase. And, yeah, okay, I hope he's running over to Ornn. Ornn, please upgrade his item.
Join hands.
Ornn?
You can do it. You can do it.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, and they even avoid the bowling ball, so there you go. And we've seen this fight 2 times, guys. Now it's time for number 3. Is third time the charm? We'll have to find out. Doran is going to come in from behind. Now it's 5v5. It's all going to come down to this. Trying to front line here, a Rascal and Life. Nice amount of damage coming out. The shields mostly negating the damage out of DRX. Here comes the first one.
It whipped!
And Keria is going to go in, and Doran is taking so much damage, and this is, the lockup is going to be huge, but they're trying to burst out Chovy to get him. That is so massive that they're able to take him down, and the Ocean Soul is also going to go the way of Gen.G. 2 gigantic wins for them. So many low health bars, but do they even care? They're chasing after them, but they've already got the prize they were looking for.
Oh, Deft. He's going to be swatted out onto yeah, that's going to be it. And now, at this point, okay, so Braum ends up dying. He actually gets the execute. BDD trying to hold on to Deft for as long as possible. They should want to wait. They should want to play with their food here to extend his death timer for Baron. They're not going to think about that. So Senna's actually going to, Senna's going to spawn at the exact time that Baron spawns, and so Deft will be there with Dawning Shadow and trying to run off the fountain with home guards. But this is definitely going to be interesting. Ocean Soul on the side of Gen.G. Things are getting really, really problematic now for DRX. I don't know what they're expected to do. Chovy needs to dig deep. He needs to find a certain book. Senna needs to try to get to Mortal Reminder. We'll take a look at the replay one more time. So take a look. The sleep actually goes down. It puts Rascal under the lullaby. So Jigglypuff is a pretty OP Pokemon here. And then they try to get the Ocean Dragon, but Keria's shield goes down. It creates the opening, but it didn't matter. Sleep went off, but Chovy, no flash to reposition. He gets captured. Clid gets into the pit, ends up winning the Ocean Soul fight, and then it was just a full-on retreat by DRX at this point. They were trying to do everything that they possibly can. Now, it's not totally over. It's just really, really hard, Valdez.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I mean, there are so many things going here for Gen.G. There is a gold lead, but again, we are, intelligent League of Legends watchers. There's a lot more than just the gold lead here that is going on. The game is getting later and later. Ocean Soul collected by Gen.G. They have all of those Ornn items now, really just stacking them up, essentially, for so many members of their team. Ruler, you can see the massive shields are coming in. They have Knight's Vow now. I mean, this guy is going to have the entire world and more.
Yeah. I mean,
support him.
It's going to be so hard to actually bring him down. And also, this is Kalista at Baron. So it's not even about a smite fight anymore. DRX very exhausted in the summoner department. Chovy the only one now with the flash. And he's going to need to go 1v11 or something at this team fight in order for them to try to win.
All right, here we go. They've got so many sticks in the Baron right now. That's a big cast. Just trying to get the Baron down, and then they want to go for the fight. Here we go. They get it. Massive knockups come in with the Gragas, but do they have the damage? Ruler is in the back line. They're trying to get on top of him, but he is going to flash the wall. This fight so far being won here by the side of DRX, and Chovy gets him over the wall. That is going to be a massive catch, and can they end the game is the real question. It's 33 minutes. They're going to go for the top lane.
They're going to go for the top lane. You can see all the spam pings coming out right now. Look at, they have a minion wave. They have a cannon.
They do it.
And, okay, they're trying to go for this. Wait, Clid is almost up. They have teleport almost on Doran. They have teleport on Chovy. They're trying to shred through everything.
I think they got this. 10 seconds left. And a full wipe at Baron might just be the way that DRX make worlds. Just like this, they're going to take down the turret, and they will be able to take down this Nexus. Just target it down, as the two members are not going to be able to do it in GG. DRX, they will be going to Worlds after this victory. Huge cheers as they do make it, Ellis.
I cannot believe the robbery that was just committed in this game. Oh my word.
Oh boy.